Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And hi, love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are. So 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Oh, come on little lads, shine bright. Okay, my delicious little babies, so the sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray. Yes, the weather's rather sunny today, there's no wind, no rain, so all is, and it's all pretty still at the moment, but it is rather chilly, okay, and we had a very frosty night. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, this is going to be part 1. Okay, my delicious babies, because I was banged off YouTube again for another week. My delicious little babies. I do not know what time I'll be able to upload this video at this present time. But yes. So, yeah, so I was banged off for, they said it was to do with medical misinformation, my delicious little babies. So I had a listen to my video, oh, it was days ago now, you know, the one that I've saved and everything, okay? And, well, I cannot, me personally, I cannot see how this could be myself, my delicious little babies, but you know, it appears that, like I said before, you see, it seems to be, let's just say, some can upload a video, some can talk about a video, some can, you know, whether it be a video that they've seen to do with something, and they can upload their videos. I'm not knocking any of them, my delicious little babies, because they're just trying to help. Do you understand what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, I'm talking about the uploaders, not in that way, not in that way. My point is that some can talk about things and some cannot. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? So it's just to let you know, okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, something else I want to say. Now, days ago, now just please bear in mind, my delicious little babies, of course you would not know this, okay? But some days ago, I received a telephone call, my delicious little babies, okay? And happened to mention a name, okay? Now, according to who was on the end of the dog and bone, well, they were very specific with the name. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Now, according to who was speaking to me, they said that, oh, it's the wrong number. Now, just to let you all know, my delicious little babies, I never, ever get a wrong number. Okay, my delicious little babies. Maybe years ago, you know, on my landline or something. Do you understand what I mean? Yes? But this happens to be on my mobile dog and bone. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Oh, the wind's picking up a bit now. So, yes. So, and I will be honest with you, my delicious little babies. At first, I was rather worried about this because I thought, well, because, you know, to me, well, my sister used to be called this particular surname. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? You know, from a previous marriage. So I thought that was really, really odd, my delicious little babies. And, you know, they said that apparently they had a friend of that name. Okay, it just seemed really odd to me, my delicious little babies. Now, something else that came into my noddle, and I never really thought about it before, my delicious little babies, but you see, my sister's natural hair colour, there we are, is auburn. And so was my beautiful dear little Nana and Grandad, God bless you both, how I love you, sir. Well, my beautiful dear little Grandad, he also had auburn hair, so that's, you know, where my sister got it from that side of the family, whereas I have dark hair. Do you see what I mean? And my brothers and sisters have dark hair, okay? So I don't know why I thought about that. Really, really strange. And of course, I read, was it years ago? I read years ago that, and that doesn't mean no, by the way. You know, and I read years ago that apparently, you know, like where you get different coloured hair and everything. Well, that apparently, if you, what do they call it? They used to call it, so if anybody happens to have, you know, whether their hair is coloured bless or, you know, with a colour on it, or whether they happen to have natural. So I'm not saying this to, you know, to hurt, offend or upset anybody, you know what I'm saying, but they say that if you're a redhead, that's what they call it, a redhead or carrot top, okay, my delicious little babies, or what do they call a ginger, that it's that hair colour's more rarer than, there we are, than somebody who say has my hair colour or blonde, or do you understand what I mean, my delicious babies? I don't know why, please just do not try to fathom me out, because to me, I don't know what it was, okay? But I must be honest, I was rather concerned when I got that telephone call, my delicious little babies, because I thought, well, you know, what's the crack here? What's going on here? Do you see what I mean? And I know you're probably thinking, oh, you know, it's just, well, I do not know what you know, what your thoughts are, my delicious little babies, but to me, I never ever, I can well assure you of that, and it's been years, I never ever receive a telephone call to say that it's the wrong number. Never. Okay? But it's something that bothered me, my delicious little babies. Do you understand what I mean? Okay? It's just, it was very specific. It was very specific. Do you say? Okay? I mean, if they'd have said, you know, oh, me Julie, you know, if they'd have said, I'm just saying that as a, you know what I mean? If they'd have said, oh, you know, is Julie there? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Well, let's see, I just got McCracken. Julie McCracken, okay? Just as a, you know, just as an example, okay? Well, okay, fair enough. Do you know what I mean, Martin Stuck babies? Yes. But not the specific name, no. Okay, so that was a concern to me. I was rather worried about that for a time. Not at first, that was the thing, it wasn't at first. And then, because I actually took the call not long after I came out to me, just a little shower, do you see what I mean? But then I thought about it and I thought, the name, and then I thought, hold on a minute. Do you see what I mean, Martin Stuck babies? It was really, anyway, so let's just change the subject. But I just thought I'd mention that Martin Stuck babies. I think it was it the day after I got banned off YouTube? It could be the day I got banned off YouTube, the day after. Martin Stuck babies, it's either the day after or the day after that. I know it was, do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I'm back again. Now the other thing I want to say, my delicious babies, okay, because I'm going to do part 2, because I want to give out some information, okay, because it has been a whole week, 7 days, okay, my delicious babies. Well, you see, you've heard me say before, my delicious babies, okay, you've heard me say before that I'm just not one for the you know, and I do not mean it nastily. You've got some really great, fabulous geopolitical and everything, right? But, and I said it before, I'm going to repeat it again, okay? It may not be the exact same wording, but, you know, words to effect. You see, the reason why I detach myself, okay, so I stopped looking at, you know, and that even means because I tend to look at BitChute rather a lot now, okay, my delicious babies, so I sort of come away from YouTube, you know, for a while. Do you understand what I mean? So, but even if it's on BitChute, my delicious little babies, well, with myself, I just, if it's anything to do with the wars, I just keep away from it. Now, it's not that I do not care, about another fellow man or woman or little bairn, God bless them, or little babies. No, it is not. What it is, it's like a kind of how we know who, and the putrid little lackeys, to program us. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Not to concentrate on what's going on in our own countries, but to be concerned about other countries. But one thing I have been noticing, like where before you would have, say, full coverage, okay, my delicious little babies, right? Well, what I've been noticing is that it's not that way, it seems, much anymore, my delicious little babies. So there's, from what I can see, but like I said, I do not click on it, whether that be on YouTube or on BitChute, my delicious little babies. But it seems that, like, you're not seeing so much with the old, war in Russia and Ukraine, and it even seems to be sort of more reduced with the Israel and Gaza as well. I've noticed that as well, my delicious little babies. So what I'm saying to you is, my delicious little babies, okay, what I was doing was focusing on different things. Do you see what I mean? Like what's going on in our UK. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Of course, I'm focusing on what's going on in other countries, to do with other matters. Like I've heard another short story this morning, my delicious little babies. So I'm not entirely sure what that's all about. It's to do with Portland in America. And apparently there has been a plane door to do with an Alaska airline, my delicious little babies. Although I'm not entirely sure about the full story. Well, something about it's dropped out of the sky into a school teacher's, they call it backyard, don't they? We would call it a garden, but they call it a backyard. Well, apparently it's landed and it's very much seems to be intact. My delicious little babies, do you see? So, so whatever's going on there. But yes, I mean, I do look at different videos, my delicious little babies, but the point I'm making is that I try to keep away because it's programming, and it's programming us out here, my delicious little babies, globally, yes, to only be focusing on say one thing, okay, my delicious little babies, okay, but they're not focusing on other things, if you follow me, my delicious little babies, do you see? So that's the reason why. It's not that I'm a heartless cow, although I'm not saying that I cannot be a heartless cow, because I can. But, well, that's just me being honest, isn't it, my delicious little babies? But the fact of the matter is that, to me, they seem to be like, if you look at the wars over the decades, my delicious little babies, okay, it's like, and of course we know what's behind this, for those of us, there we are, God bless, who do know what's going on, okay, my delicious little babies. But you're also hearing as well that, well, I heard this long time ago, that there are not as many now joining. You're in the army now. Whoa, whoa, you're in the army now. Do you say, my delicious little babies? So, to me, something is changing. Okay, my delicious little babies. And to me, not meaning this in a nasty way, but I see that as for the good. Because why must ones go to be injured, to fight against somebody else when, like I've said before, they would never have woken up in the morning and thought, okay, well, I'm just going to go and, I'm sorry to have to say this, but, harm to shoot somebody or whatever else they do. So for your average man and woman out there, they would not wake up in the morning and want to do such a thing. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? But again, this is all about programming. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? And of course, half the time these soldiers do not even know what they've having to go to different countries for to do. Do you see what I mean? Because they're not looking behind it, can you see? But for ones, there we are, who can see this, and of course we know who's profiting from all of this. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? But I just get the feeling that it's not such a higher impact, there we are, as what it used to be. Do you see, my delicious babies? But of course you have got those out there who are very much into following the wars and everything. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? But 9 times out of 10, and for whatever reason this may be, but it just seems that you know, journalists, this is just my take on it, my delicious babies. It's just my view. I'm a woman with a view. I'm going to have my effing view. But they're not allowed to say these things now, not allowed to say those things now. Do you see what I mean? It's like they've got to keep the trap shut, you know. And to me, I just do not see it as that being right. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes? But of course, you know, if they're following orders, or, you know, whoever's helping to... you know, to fund them, because as we very well know that, you know, especially when you've got journalists, and then they go on to then, like on places like BitChute, YouTube, Odyssey, Locals, all different places, okay? Well, do you know what I mean? There would be usually to make a very comfortable life for them, there we are, for themselves, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? So they'll go from one thing then to another. There we are, my delicious little babies. Do you see? But no, I've got nothing against. I mean, everybody's doing their own videos, you know, but, you know, and it sounds like I'm being really cruel, but I'm not. My delicious little babies, and I just feel if more, so this is not me being nasty, my delicious little babies, if more sort of steered away from that, okay, so it meant that these and the putrid little lackeys were not getting really that coverage. Well, if we look at this from a ding ding dong dong common sense point of view here, well, without those of us out here watching, well, it means that we could find a way, there we are, to put a stop to all of these wars. There we are, for good. Do you see what I mean? It's only those of us out here who have been helping to feed it. But do you see what I mean? And I'm sure that over Twitter, I'm sure that it's hot, hot, hot. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Well, if you stand back and say to yourself, okay, I am not going to be engaging, there we are, I'm all cold there, say, which I have been throughout my video, you know, if you do not engage with it, okay, it's not that you put in other channels, do you know what I mean, where they're not getting as many views. It's not about that. The point I'm making is that with any war, ones can get rather, there we are, engrossed in it. Do you see what I mean? But not seeing anything else that's going on in the world. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And of course, to me, this is how I feel that some of them got away with things for so, there we are, for so long, shall we say? Do you say? So I'm not saying that, you know, that, like I said, there isn't any geopolitical where they're, you know, they're really fan-dabby-dozy. I'm not saying that, but with any channel, you're not really going to get the full truth, my delicious little babies. Well, and in most cases, I mean, you're certainly not allowed to say anything on YouTube. Dear YouTube, my delicious little babies, do you say? And on BitChute, you know, that can give a fair bit. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, about things, yes? But then you've got the other side of things where if you've got journalists, that doesn't mean if you've got journalists who go into these, you know, to as close as they can to these war zones, well, of course, they're not allowed either to do you know what I mean? And then if they do post something, well, more often than not, they get into, there we are, an awful lot of trouble, don't they? My delicious little babies, do you see? So ones, I just feel, need to see what's going on here. That's all that I'm saying, my delicious little babies. Well, then we heard, where was it now? So change subject. What did we hear then? Something about these, what are they called? These like 9 foot or whatever there was, 10 foot. Where was it now? That was in America, my delicious little babies. Well, you know, it seems to be one thing after the other, doesn't it, my delicious little babies? My thoughts was, just my thoughts, because, you know, like where ones can, let's just say, ones over the decades maybe experimented. There we are. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, with things? Because how can you get somebody who's, I mean, how tall was the tallest man in the world in the Guinness Book of Records? I'm just trying to think now. Was he nearly 8 foot or something? Okay. I mean, please do not quote me on that. It's been years since I've read that. Okay, I can see him, but I'm trying to get the height. But if you look at the Dutch, I remember not long after I first started doing my YouTube videos, my delicious little babies, and I haven't said that, what did they say? The Dutch are the tallest in the world, my delicious little babies, okay? So, you know, you could get like a family and there could be like, well, from what I'd read anyway, and I'm going back years now, like you could get a family and there could be like, you know, like, none of them are under 6'5". Do you understand what I mean? They're a lot taller. Okay, so anyway, I mean, it could be anything, couldn't it, my delicious little babies? But whatever it was seemed to have frightened some, it seems, my delicious little babies. But the old bill that were there, you know, the police, the old bill that were there, well, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like anything, I mean, they wouldn't go to somebody's very sadly being attacked or something like that. You wouldn't have flipping 50, you know, just, you know, you wouldn't have 50 flipping old bill vehicles turning up, would you, my delicious little babies? And what was it? Was it helicopters as well or something like that? Anyway, my delicious little babies. So yeah, I mean, you're just having everything. It's like, you know, remember when I sang that song on one of my videos, January? Oh yeah, it's like been one after the other. My delicious little babies, do you say? So it appears that, you know, they want to keep everybody fully entertained, if you get me. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, yes? So, yes, so to me, I just see things in a different light, if you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, do you see? And there is something else I want to say, actually. I mean, I heard a video, when was it? Not so long ago, so many days ago, okay? And, oh, it's just my neighbour, God bless. Sorry, I do get distracted. I heard a video the other day, anyway, and, you know, and there was talk about, oh, you know, that, you know, ones do not come here for the food, to England for the food, okay? I mean, to me, my delicious little babies, right, this is my view. I mean, I actually think that you know, who I was watching, I actually think myself that he bangs out some excellent videos. But and it's not just he, it's anybody, my delicious little babies, but, you know, I mean, I was brought up in the UK, in England, my delicious babies, I was born here. And to me, I mean, I have 3 foods, okay, my delicious babies that I, you know, love, okay? And the first one is British. There we are. Yeah, done saying it, okay? The second one would be Chinese. And the third one would be Jamaican. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? They're my favourites. Do you see what I mean? Yes? And, oh, I'd also say that my fourth would be an excellent Spanish omelette. Okay, my delicious babies. But You know, I mean, and I've met others, my delicious babies, from other countries, okay, in my decades, and you know, they've and I've even had some my delicious babies over the decades. There we are, where they've tried my food, you know, from the UK. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? And they like it. Do you see what I mean? It's like if you go back decades ago, you know, it's like they used to have, well, especially for my beautiful dear little Nana and Grandad, and I should imagine for some of your beautiful dear little relatives, you know, for those that are very sadly no longer with us. Do you see what I mean? But they used to live, let's just say, I'd say they live simply. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? But the one thing I will say, and I'll always stand by this, I swear down, is that it was proper, there we are, home-cooked food. Do you see what I mean? And there we are, it was very tasty, yeah? Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes, sir. To me, when it comes to our British food, okay, well, I just think it's banging. I do. My delicious little babies, absolutely. Do you know what I mean? And it'll come first with me forever. Do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? You know, and especially when you have, you know, I mean, I'm not really one for a sweet tooth, my delicious little babies, but you know, you have all different cakes and all different things now. Do you see what I mean? Yes? But these days, and if we look how things have changed over the decades, oh, I've got to say this as well, my delicious babies, I love a lovely, we call it Ruby Murray curry. I love a good curry. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious babies, okay? And, you know, I've quite often made my own, there we are, my own curries from scratch, you know what I mean? Just got to get all your spices and everything, do you see what I mean? Yes? So I love a lovely Ruby Murray as well. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? But my point in all of this is that, you see, it's like, how can I put it? The best way to explain this, okay, is that it's like our traditions for our food should always be the same. Do you see what I mean? It's like if you go to a different country, do you see what I mean? They have their food that they cook. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? We have our food that we cook. Do you see what I mean? Yes? But in any country, whatever food it is, well, there we are, that should come first. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, say for example, I don't know, if you go to India, well, it'd be curries and it'd be different things, chapatis, and actually I've got some chapatis and one of my beautiful and delicious dear little friends brought me the other day, do you know what I mean, proper chapatis, and she's made me a beautiful curry. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, to go in with chapatis? Do you see what I mean? Yes? So they're in the freezer. In fact, I might defrost it today and have it. Okay, my delicious babies anyway. But it's like if you go to India, isn't it? So, you know, they have their own cuisine, their own curries, their own chapatis, their own, you know, and everything else, samosas and everything. I love samosas as well, actually. Anyway, there's not a lot of food that I do not like, my delicious babies. I just love food. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? I will try something, but, you know, because, of course, you know, you eat with your eyes, don't you? Okay, my delicious babies, meaning that if something looks super duper beautiful and delicious, then you're going to be more inclined to want to try that, you know, to have a little nibble, do you see what I mean? But if something does not look very palatable, do you see what I mean? Then you would not want to eat it, would you? Do you see what I mean? Yes, okay. And I have a habit of sniffing everything. Have a habit of sniffing everything first. Do you see what I mean? Okay, see if it's all right. But so it's like that, isn't it? It's like if you go to Jamaica, you know, they will have their own, you know, food, what they eat as well. Do you see what I mean? And it's the same with the UK. Do you see what I mean? Okay. I mean, of course, you know, if you are of a different culture, you know, and, you know, say, you know, you've been born here, but, you know, you are of a different culture, then of course you'll be then brought up with, you know, the food that comes from, you know, your dear mama and papa. Do you see what I mean? So can you see what I'm saying? Yes, but I will never ever say that, oh, you know, nobody comes here for the food. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay, but like I said, what's happened now, and of course we've got way too much fast food, way too much that I just feel is not healthy at all. Okay, my delicious little babies, you've heard me say many times, if you cannot smell food, okay, my delicious little babies, okay, then there's something really seriously wrong. Do you see what I mean? Because you should be able to smell a delicious meal. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes, everybody can smell. There we are, my cooking. When I'm cooking. So, oh, she's cooking. Do you see what I mean? It's like, you know, when I'm cooking, I've got to just tell you this, and then I'm going to cut the video off and restart, okay? It's like your beautiful and delicious little, oh, God bless them, beautiful dear little neighbour upstairs, you know, she's Spanish, okay? And when I'm cooking, she, you know, because she'll say, you know, she'll tell her, oh, God bless the beautiful little family, and she'll say, you know, Carla's cooking. Do you see what I mean? Yes? But when I give her a hug, she's, oh, I love the smell of food. I love the smell of food. She's the same. Do you see what I mean? You just, it's how you were brought up. Do you see what I mean? Like the days when I was brought up, like I said, I mean, I'm 50 now, but when I was brought up, I mean, we could not leave the table until we'd eaten, there we are, all of our meal. Do you see what I mean? And if you did not eat it, I swear down, this is the flipping gospel truth now, right? You know what my dad used to do sometimes? We have to say God bless. But sometimes he'd leave it till the next day. So, you know. Do you see what I mean? And that's no joke. My delicious little babies. You say, okay, you're not going to eat it today, you'll eat it tomorrow. So, of course, ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense to my noddle was telling me, even from a wee bairn, a young age, well, the best thing for me to do is to sit and eat my meal. Do you see what I mean, my little babies? But these days, it's not the same. You've got so much waste. There we are, that's what I call it. It's a lot of waste, okay? It's like, how can I say it? It's like there's no... and I do not mean this about everybody, my delicious babies, but I've seen there we are an awful lot over these decades, and to me, it's like there's no appreciation for what's on, there we are, what's on your plate. Do you see what I mean? And it's like all these takeaways and everything else is just seems to have, for some strange reason, we know why, seems to have taken over. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Anyway, so that's the end of part one. So I'll be talking to you in a minute, my delicious babies, okay? So lots of love. Thank you for listening, okay? Sometimes I do ramble on, okay? And sometimes I'm not the best at explaining things. Well, I know what I mean, okay, my delicious babies, but it's just for the rest of the world, probably not. Do you see what I mean? The way that my noddle operates, do you see? Anyway, so much love, my delicious babies. I'll do part two in a minute. Okay, much love. God bless. Bye-bye.